myself from getting more books because I literally have zero space to put them. Like, they're already like stacked up on my TV table. So it's bad. It's really bad. The first book that I actually got as an ebook, and it's called Song of Echoes by R.E. Palmer. Book 1. And let me read you the premise first. All that has gone before is woven into the song. Joy, sorrow, kind acts and cruel acts, creation and destruction, past, present, and what has yet to come, make themselves known if you know how to listen. So that's like an introductory quote. For 300 years, the people of the 5 realms have lived in relative peace, protected by their great leader, the Archon. Yet far to the north, in the frozen lands beyond the Drakeland Trench, the rogue stir, driven by a rising evil, long believed banished from the world, but rumors questioning the Archon's ability to defend the realms once more persist. Elodie, the Lady Harlin, uneasy in her new role, following the death of her father, and Torin, a farm worker and outsider in his village, must discover a way to fight an enemy that all but defeated their ancestors. So I actually got asked from the author if I can do a review on my channel, so that's going to be coming soonish. By the time you're seeing this, I might already have finished the book. I'm filming it just right now when I got it. I usually pre-film my videos at least like 2 to 3 weeks ahead. I don't know why I do that. Just, in case I would get sick or I couldn't film, then I usually like to have like more videos to prepare. So yeah, I'm really excited to read it. It's an epic fantasy series. Alright, so now let's move on to the actual physical copies. I do have a lot of books, so I'll probably go through them quickly. Alright, so the next book that I got is this Barnes & Noble, a leather-bound copy of Gods and Heroes of Ancient Greece by Gustav Schwab, or Schwab. Let me show you the back as well. So it's this really beautiful copy, basically talking about Greek mythology. It has gilded pages as well. I have already opened this. You can see like the first page. I've already opened this and looked into it. This book also has those like old fonts that I usually have seen in vintage books. And yeah, it basically talks about different Greek gods and heroes, basically. That's what the title says. There are tales of Troy, King Oedipus, if that's how you read his name in English, the Argonauts, and so much more. So yeah, this edition looks so beautiful, and I can't wait to read it. It's not really on my priority list right now, but I'll get to it eventually. Alright, the next book, I will go through all the leather-bound editions first, I think. So this is the book that I already talked about previously, and I really wanted to get it, and I couldn't. Ancient Greek Philosophers by Canterbury Classics. Again, leather-bound. Everything is in fake leather, by the way. I wouldn't buy books with real leather. Not my thing. Here in the back it says, wonder is the feeling of the philosopher, and philosophy begins in wonder. Plato. always mess up anyway. It is what it is. Alright, the next book. Let's go through these, quickly, is The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. This edition looks so beautiful. Like, look at this. It's unreal. So let me open this. Let's see if it's gonna make those like sounds. Not really. I'm always disappointed because some books with gilded pages, they have like this specific sounds when you first open them. Like the Sherlock Holmes I did in my first haul recently, and for some reason these books don't do that. So I have looked into it, and this will be a bit more difficult for me to read. It's written in like the older English, so we'll see. Yeah, like, though known it since for her, to thee not bitter was death in Utica, where thou didst leave the vesture that will shine. So the great day, like, you can see, like, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting for me to read. I don't necessarily, I do understand the older English to some extent. Let's just see. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I should have like got like the Czech edition, because for some reason, like, if you have Czech translations, even from like older books that are written in old English, they always write it in modern language. So yeah, that's the Divine Comedy. Alright, let's move on. The last leather-bound edition that I have, it's the complete novels of Jane Austen, again by Canterbury Classics. And this one is a weapon. Like, you can hurt someone seriously with this book. Let's do some tracing first. So let's open this. This one also has like a really tiny font, which is a little annoying. It's like you never know with these books, like, if they're gonna have a good font or not. I think this is almost the same exact font as in War and Peace, probably. So this huge book contains, let me see, Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, North Ranger, Abbey, and Persuasion. So there's also an introduction. So again, I will not read like this at once. I will always like pick and choose different books. This is huge. I didn't expect this book to be this huge, and I think I should have looked at like the page count, because this is like 1200 pages, I think. Yeah, and it's really heavy. Like, I thought that the book will be much smaller, but no. I mean, there are 6 books in it, so yeah, here in the back they also says like what books there are in it. I really like the leather-bound editions, but some of them are quite heavy, really heavy. I feel like my back is starting to hurt. I'm gonna put this down. Then I've got a bunch of modern books, so let's get to them. Alright, so the next book is We Hunt the Flame by Hafsah Faisal. Again, I probably butchered that name. assassin, I believe, and a prince, and that's all I know really. Alright, it stopped raining, by the way. It was raining right before I started filming, and people are outside screaming, so I just want to get through these books like quickly. Okay, next book is by Haruki Murakami. It is The Norwegian Wood. I don't know much about this book. I heard that it doesn't have much plot, but it's really good writing, so I don't even want to read like the back and spoil myself. I just want to go into it not knowing anything. So yeah, that's my plan. That's how I usually like to read books. I like to just not know anything really. Alright, and then I have a bunch of Brandon Sanderson books. First book is Skyward by him. This is the first book in the series. I believe this is YA sci-fi. I also got the second book as well, and the third book is coming out this fall, I believe. So I want to read this before the third book comes out. Again, I don't know much about it, but I heard that it's really good, and I haven't read any good YA sci-fi in a while. Like, I have tried reading some YA sci-fi before, and it was just not for me, but hopefully this book will be better than those I've read. Alright, then I got Warbreaker by him as well. So it should be a story of two sisters, who happen to be princesses, and one of them has to marry the god king, which is a lesser god, an immortal trying to undo the mistakes he made hundreds of years ago. Theirs is a world in which those who die in glory return as gods, a world transformed by biochromatic magic, a power based on essence known as breath, which can only be collected one unit at a time from individual people. But it's worth it. By using breath and drawing upon the color in everyday objects, all manner of miracles and mischief can be performed. So I heard only good things about this book. By the way, all of these are the UK editions. I prefer those. They have really cool designs. So, alright. And then I got Oathbringer Part 1 and Part 2 as well. Oh, can you see how it fits together? So this is the book 3 in the Stormlight Archive series. I will start reading the series pretty soon. Maybe after I finish all the books in the Mistborn series. So yeah, I can't wait to get to them. And then I also got the fourth book, which is called The Rhythm of War, and this one has a different size, and it's also not separated into two books anymore. The first three books are. This one isn't, and it also has like different paper, and I hate when like publishers do this. Like, why? Like, if you chose a format, you gotta commit. You gotta, have just one format for all the books in the series, not change it in the middle of it. It's my biggest pet peeve when it comes to like books like that. Hate that. But what can I do? Alright, so that will be it for today's video. I had to like speed up a little bit because I heard like some loud noises outside. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.